It's 11:05 right now. So in about 10 minutes, we're going to have another call with Josh. He's a representative or our liaison really for I Love R&B. So a few months ago, I started reaching out to a bunch of festivals that are happening in Los Angeles and really just across the country. And I heard back from these guys. It's an R&B festival, and I'm in a bit of a time crunch, so I'll explain another time. But typically, whenever bigger brands work with festivals like this, they just treat it as like a marketing cost, and they just donate a bunch of product. But I knew that that's not something that we can't afford to do that so early on. So essentially, what we're trying to do is get our product sold in the festival, and the way that we are going to do that is by really trying to figure out exactly what our payment structure is. And so we spent maybe about 4 or 5 weeks negotiating and just trying to figure out how can we get this to a place where we're selling it instead of just giving it away. And so we eventually came to a number that makes sense for both sides, and we basically got to a point where, okay, cool, we're going to be selling it at the festival, 50,000 people over 2 days. We just placed a purchase order for 25,000 cans on Monday, and so we're going to be selling those at that event. Yeah, so that was the biggest domino. Whenever we got to that point where we agreed that we're going to be able to sell, I was like, okay, cool, let's go ahead and finish out this deal. So that was about 2 weeks ago, and so now we're just kind of redlining the specifics of the contract. And in my mind, now that we have the biggest goal secured, where it's like, okay, cool, how can we get this product sold? We're gonna sell 25,000 units. Now, my mind is switching, okay, how can we mitigate as much risk as we possibly can? And so since it's gonna be a 2-day event, or really 2 events on one day each, so Saturday and Sunday, I wanted to include in the contract where if we sell out on the first day, I basically want to have the option to remove ourselves from the second day, because it doesn't really serve our purpose at that point anymore. If we don't have any units to sell, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, or we wouldn't be getting the most value that we possibly can with those dollars that we're going to be putting towards the sponsorship fee. So essentially, I put in the contract, say, hey, look, if we sell on the first day, I want to be able to say, look, I don't want to continue with the second day. Let's get back some of that sponsorship fee. And so they are basically pushing back on that a little bit. I honestly should have anticipated that a bit. So we're going to hop on this call in about 5 minutes to start talking through this together, because that's honestly really, really important to me. Like the specifics of how much we can give back, this and that, we can work through that. But the entire thought process behind doing an event like this, we can take that $45,000 that we made in 2 days, September 7th and September 8th, and what we're going to do is leverage that into fundraising, where it's like, okay, cool, we did this amount of money in this amount of time. There's this amount of, customer desire and demand for the product. We just need the funding to really do this shit for real. This is just the time where we're going to springboard, essentially. At this point, I have found the conviction in our company and what we're trying to do. The details, they change every now and then. And, over the course, and I wish I was vlogging this entire negotiation process, because it literally was going up and down like this. Like last week, the biggest issue was, okay, we got the deal done, but where are we going to get all these cans from? Because we need to supply at least 25,000 cans. That has to come out of somebody's pocket. That has to come from somewhere. And the biggest thing that I just didn't know was what lead times look like, generally speaking, what the manufacturer that we were originally going to work with. I was under the impression that it was going to take maybe, like a week or two to do production. But that it's just so funny thinking about it now, because that's essentially like impossible, I guess, for most of these manufacturers. But we eventually found somebody that can do it. And so last week we were at a point where it's like, okay, dude, are we even going to be able to do this event in the first place? Even if we negotiate the best terms in the world, can we even manufacture the amount of cans it's going to take to make this event worth our while? And for a while it was a no, but now it's a yes. And so it's like throughout this whole negotiation process, it's been like this. It's been a real ride. And so I know I'm going to be very excited and very happy whenever we get to that event on the 7th of September and we see the final product and we see the activation and what that looks like. I'm going to be very excited personally. I know everybody that's going to be there is going to be excited. I told all my friends, and in hindsight, that's a mistake. And it's just so funny because like with our negotiation last week, everything went to shit. Like everything that I didn't expect reared its ugly head right after I told people. And that's been a common theme in my life where it's like, okay, like good things happen. You need to be quiet until it's a done deal. Do not say a word about it to anybody that's not involved until it is an absolute done deal. And that lesson has proven right to me in my life over and over and over and over and over again. It's just interesting every time I notice it. Whew, I've been yapping for a while. Let's see where these guys are at. So we're gonna push this call back to 11:30. So what I'm going to do now is take a quick look at this contract and just make sure that we're all good. But in actuality, we're literally in the end zone, bro. We're at the 10-yard line. Literally, we're at the 10-yard line. We're so close to having this complete and done. We'll see. This is all an adventure. I love figuring out the things that I don't know. I think one of the biggest misconceptions about me, that people have of me, I should say, is that I know everything that I'm doing. Like, bro, most of this is just figuring that shit out as you go and just trying to stay above water, you know, and just having so much conviction in yourself and so much trust in God that there is gold on the other side of the rainbow, you know?
All right, man. Do you have the contract pulled up? Are we going off the PDF that you sent?
Yeah. So that's the most recent. I just put it into Google Sheets, but yeah, it's the same. It's just those 3 points. 50%, the sellout agreement, and then the sellout clause, and then the manufacturer insurance, basically.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's going on, man? I was like, you're sideways for a bit.
When I put it sideways, do you guys see me sideways?
Oh, not anymore.
Oh, okay, copy. Yeah. Ready to lock this in. Been going back and forth, locking in contracts with other brands as well. And we got to do the same and over deliver for Bathwater as well. So, we plan to like go heavy on social media. You know, you guys' presence is going to be on our social media platforms from both TikTok and Instagram.
Our side, right? If we're sold out in the first day, again, very ambitious. We understand that. That's why we put the number so high. In the case that for some reason it's the hottest day in the world and we hit that
bring that to the finish line. In terms of like, do you need to see like our plans for the activation, you know, a week before, or like how does that work for you?
Yeah, if you guys can just give me like a concrete number as far as spacing, what you're gonna need. Actually, then I gotta go over this with the partners, make sure we get an agreement on that, and if that's the case, I'll revise the contract and send it over to you guys.
Perfect.
Cool. Awesome, guys.
All right,
I appreciate your guys' flexibility, man. Thank you so much.
Likewise.
All right, y'all. We'll touch you.
I think that went well. So we just finished the call with Josh at I Love R&B. Typically me and Phil, we do like a little debrief right after, so let me give him a call. What's going on, Phil?
I feel like I'm comfortable taking that risk based off of if they let everything else slide.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously it's your call too.
Yeah, I think everything else is pretty good. I'm pretty pleased at how well he he pretty much accepted everything we had to say. Because at the end of the day, I don't think that anything I put in there was unreasonable.
Okay, cool. And then the last thing I want to touch on is like we gotta have our marketing or like our socials on point. Like I'd rather pour fuel under the fire than try to start a fire. You know what I'm trying to say?
True. That's what this all is at the end of the day.
So next week let's just focus on that. I know the website's gonna be, the landing page is gonna be being more
And so my biggest concern is like, okay, cool, like God forbid, but if anything goes wrong with that production, and it's like, okay, well, we have to push things back a couple of days because like our printer broke or this and that, like whatever. Like I'm just trying to just cover our bases, honestly. All right, bro.
Alright, man. Good shit.
Looking good, man.
Yep.
All right,
Let's chat later.
cool, bet. Peace. I'm just learning so much about negotiations and just talking through everything. The hard thing about all of this though is that we are like we need them more than they need us, right? So we're kind of negotiating on low ground. But I don't know, man. It feels good, and I think whenever I see the amount of people there, it's gonna be so much fun. Yeah, looking good. So now I have my work cut out for me. I have to start thinking about the activation. I have to continue the pushing on the landing page. I have to start continuing to reach out to retailers. I have to start continuing to reach out to investors, and well, maybe we put a pause on reaching out to investors for right now, but we're all in at this point. There's really no turning back, and so just enjoying the ride, having fun. I think the biggest thing is just figuring out where can we find the fun in this. At the end of the day, we're building a business. We're building a brand. That's fun. That is fun. And that's what I'm enjoying doing. So when you see my dirty bed and whatever the fuck else, just know I'm building a brand. Let's go ahead and get to my acai spot. The cool thing about living in Los Angeles is that there's always something somewhere to go. Although I don't enjoy driving around in this city whatsoever. To keep it completely honest with you guys, I really do hate driving out here. There's just so many fucking idiots just driving around. So many fucking idiots. Here we are at the acai spot. I like how I can call audibles like that. Oh fuck, they're not even open. Oh man. They're not even open. That's just my luck, bro. So I have a decision to make. Do I wait here until they open in 15 minutes? Or do I go somewhere else? Yeah, let's just wait. I think that's what I'll do. Oh man, 15 minutes is crazy. Alright, the bag has been secured. I really fucking love this place, bro. I posted on my story, but if you ever think you're talking to a clone of me, ask them what's their order from this acai spot. Back home, let's get back to it. So it's 1:30, and just there's a lot of things I need to do, but it's like a balance of some of the things I'm responsible for, some of the things that people are responsible for, or whatever. And it's just like a lot of the stage of where we're at right now is like, okay, it's a little bit of a waiting game, but it's also, you know, how much can we plan ahead? how much can we continue to push forward? You know, it's like a combination of those two things. So I'm about to sit here for a bit and just throw my headphones on and just work, bro. Just work and try and stay focused. So whenever I moved to Los Angeles, one of the first things I needed was a good barber. And I remember whenever I first moved out here, I was just getting slaughtered in terms of how much I was paying for a barber. Like, if you're ever in LA and you need a barber, these guys can cost up to like $200, I think was the most I've ever seen. But whenever I first moved here, I was paying like $130 a cut. And as I started to make more friends and talk about my experience and all that, I finally was able to find somebody that's actually good at a reasonable cost. So he just texted me, and my hair doesn't look that crazy. Does it look crazy? I don't know. But I like to look fresh at all times, or as much as I can. And so I'm about to go let in my guy JD. If you're ever in Los Angeles, hit him up. Get this hair situation sorted out. Oh my God. You good?
I'm like, bro. Partners that don't talk with each other. You send me here, you send me there. It's like, bro, where am I going? What am I doing? Who am I talking to?
Of course there is. See, that's what I'm saying. This life I need peace.
It's all about peace.
It's like peace.
Somebody about to get that work.
Fresh cut lifestyle. You know, what do they say? Look good, feel good, perform good. So I like to, after I get my haircut, I like to do a little skincare routine, clean up like the lost hairs and all that, or like the loose hairs and that. Wash my face a bit, you know, whatever. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Anytime I need to wash my hair, I like to use this shampoo right here, and always finish off with this conditioner. Sometimes whenever I know I'm gonna get my hair cut, I do like shampoo before I get my hair cut, no conditioner, and then afterwards I do a shampoo again with another conditioner. Normally I'll hop in the shower, but I have a meeting in about 20 minutes. So I don't really wanna waste all that time in the shower. I know I'm probably gonna shower again before the day's over. So let's go ahead and wash this hair. All that should be gone. I really like this conditioner. It's supposed to help with like hair growth and all that. Normally whenever I do my conditioner, I usually like to leave it in for like 10 minutes. And what I'll do is, while I'm having the conditioner sit in my hair, I just wash my face a bit. Sometimes exfoliate. I'm probably gonna exfoliate today. So to exfoliate, I use this daily exfoliating cleanser by Gillette. And to do a normal wash, I just do this foaming wash by CeraVe. Hold on. Use this wash by CeraVe. So yeah, let's do that real quick. I like to use this foaming wash first. Just put a couple pumps on there. Normally, like right after I finish a cut, like you know how they put like whenever they use it, the razor, got a couple, you feel, some cuts, some minor cuts along your hairline. So I like to, feel the burn right there, clean out that a little bit. I do tend to grow razor bumps on the side of my face, so I try to focus on that spot a bit. Wash that off. To finish it, just use this exfoliator. I have this like annoying pimple right here. It just doesn't go away. And then now, just wash the face off. Wash the face off, wash my hair off. Okay, so now that we're all done with that, it doesn't really take me more than a few minutes. I do get really wet though. So now I typically floss, water floss a bit. It's my water flosser. I normally do a quick round of regular floss, but I'm not gonna do that today. Been in a rush. I flossed earlier this morning, so I'll do that again tonight. I'm a little bit OCD now about my oral routine because I had one time somebody told me my breath didn't smell too good, and it caught me by surprise, I'll tell you that. And ever since I heard that, I've just been this way ever since. So after I floss, I always floss before I brush, and then after I floss, I do one round of this pre-rinse by TheraBreath. I really like this. You don't rinse that out. Just go ahead and straight into brushing. I actually have two different toothpastes. I have this gum detox toothpaste, and then I have this whitening hydrogen peroxide toothpaste. Normally I save the whitening whenever I'm about to go out and meet somebody, but generally speaking I just use this gum detox. More important anyways. Go a quick round of that. Once I'm done brushing my teeth, I do my second round of oral rinse. So I do this whitening fresh breath. With this one, swig it around for a little bit longer, and then you like gargle it. And the final step after I finish that mouthwash is I pop one of these xylitol mints. I take about 6 of these a day. Either right after I eat some food, I take one of these, or right after I finish my regular oral routine. So you're good to go. That's everything for my mouth. My face is a bit dry, so we'll do my face routine next. Start with some rose water. My nighttime skincare routine is a bit longer. And by a bit, I literally mean just one extra step. A bit of dark correcting serum. Normally I use vitamin C, but I'm running out of this vitamin C serum. See if they have any. Alright, bet. So vitamin C is done. Put on some face lotion. Now we're good to go. Good to go. I look good? Bet. Generally, after I do that, I would put on sunscreen, but I'm not gonna go out for the rest of the day. Anytime I leave the house, I try to put on some sunscreen. Put some gel in my hair. Use this wave pomade. Just kind of picked something up off of Amazon. I've never been one that's super like into waves. Like, yeah, I have waves, but I don't really do a whole lot for wave maintenance. I know a lot of people, especially guys, black guys that have waves, do a whole lot, but now we're good to go. Took care of my face, care of my mouth, take care of my hair. Now we're good to go. And just in the nick of time too. Let's go hop on this call. About to hop on a call with Reggie. He's one of my confidants. But we go back long ways, all the way back to Baylor. He's one of my pro fights, and honestly, he's always a legend to me, man. And so I basically hit him up, said, yo, we got this big festival coming up, and there's a lot of shit that needs to happen, and we have to figure out exactly what we want to do as an activation. And he does this for a living. So I was like, bro, I need your help. So we're gonna hop on a call in a bit and brainstorm a little bit about what we can do for I Love R&B and what would be engaging, what would be cool, and all that. And so. Yo, what's going on, bro?
Like that backdrop.
Appreciate it, brother. How you living, man? Essentially, what I'm trying to like concoct in my brain is like, what can we do from like an activation perspective in the booth or the tent that we have, and make it fun. Like, I want to have the most lit activation at that festival.
I feel like this space 10 by 20, like, it needs to do three things. It needs to do that. Like, what is the clever way that you're gonna direct people to order at the bar? Because especially in that context, of like, I think it's something interesting of like, hey, you need water to survive at a festival.
Yeah.
And it's Bathwater, which is like crazy. It's a crazy title as it is. Like, whatever, we think about having in this space, people should interact with it in a way that essentially gets them to take Bathwater content.
Mm-hmm. My mind was just kind of going all over the place. Like, I was thinking, even as crazy as like, okay, what if we like hired a tattoo artist or a couple tattoo artists and like we tattoo the logo on people or something crazy like that.
And I've seen that before. I went to a party maybe a few months ago and they was doing shit like, and people was lined up.
Yeah.
It was, yeah. I feel like there's probably also a lot.
Because obviously, like, the timetable might be a little bit difficult to build out a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
I would ideally want to get like a solid plan together by like Tuesday. So I'm gonna really sit on this whole weekend and figure that out.
We wanted to find out if people would drink Bathwater.
Yeah. So we sponsored a 50,000 person festival and sold out.
I love that.
Shit like that. Like, all of this is just like a springboard into everything. Like, I'm not really looking at it as the event itself, because then it doesn't really make a lot of sense. But it's like the content, the awareness, the connections we're gonna make, all that other shit. So I'm really excited about it. So appreciate you, bro.
No, it's amazing, bro. I still plan to come out. I gotta buy a ticket this weekend. Tickets is actually not that bad. One
of our advisors, the biggest thing he was telling me, and like, Brad, like, that's what I'm saying, like, I'm just learning so much shit about this business. Like, it's fundamentally different from most, because people just don't buy beverages online. And so what he was telling me is that anytime you do marketing or events or anything like that, it has to be in tandem with your logistics and distribution. So I'm trying to figure out, like right now with this LA event, it's like, okay, cool. Like, we were so focused on the LA event, we didn't even think about how can we get this into retailers for LA. So it's like, how we're stepping that up as well. So
I'm excited to see how everything comes together.
So am I, bro. But yeah, man, appreciate you again. I'm super excited. And I'll see you in September. So.
Yeah, bro. Let's cook. All right, man. Just hit me up this weekend and we can talk again and we'll shoot the shit.
All right, for sure, bro. Appreciate it.
All right, bro. Peace, man. Have a good one.
What a G. Reggie's he's the man, bro. Reggie's the fucking man. So we're gonna brainstorm that a bit and figure out exactly how to make this event. Like, I want to have the most lit booth at that festival, bro. I want everybody lined up there. Like, you get your ticket, you get a drink at the bar, and you come straight to our booth. That's what I want. You go see whatever artists you want. Yeah. They're there for Omari and all that shit. Like, no. We're here for Bathwater, bro. Exactly. So we're gonna figure that out. I'm excited, man. Woo! I'm excited, bro. It's just such a blessing. You live your dreams. You're building your dreams. That's a feeling I wish on everybody. So, yeah. Now that all that's out the way, I'm going to do a little bit of work. I want to get a workout in. I don't generally like to eat a big breakfast before I work out. I am particularly hungry, but I think I'm just gonna just gonna lock in and go work out. It's today's back day, so I'm excited about that. Yeah, got a big day, big week ahead of us. Gotta sign for the R&B festival. Gotta start putting some more executional things together to make sure our activation is the best at that show. I was doing a little bit of brainstorming last night. Got some creative flows going, so I'm just gonna work through a few of those ideas. But yeah, it's a great Monday, great day to be alive. What more can I say? Let's get this watermelon out the way. So it is 10:30 Monday, and one of the things that I've been working on and really focusing on is getting a pre-launch website done. So I know a lot of my focus that I've been sharing with you guys has been the R&B festival, but I knew that I had to do something about a landing page so that we can start driving traffic to the website, start collecting emails, things like that. And I remember seeing a while ago an amazing pre-launch landing page from another brand. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, okay, cool, I want to do something exactly like that. And so, but the biggest thing was that I don't know how to design websites. I don't know how to develop websites for sure. And up to now, like, my experience has just been, dragging and dropping in Shopify templates. But to do something so different, like, I knew I had to go find somebody. So I went on Upwork and I found a developer that would help me with the project and all that. So he just actually sent me over a draft for what the page is going to look like. So I'm going to show it to you guys, and then I'll basically explain what I'm trying to achieve with this pre-launch landing page build. So one second, let me pull it up and I'll show you guys. Here's what the page one is going to look like. It's going to be very, very simple. I just wanted it to basically be able to pull up and you just put in your email. We're going to be giving away some Rolling Loud tickets, so that's going to kind of be the hook, essentially. But all it's going to be asking for is just putting in your email. And so don't pay attention to the copy on the screen. We're going to change that all around. But this is basically the structure. So the header, scrolling header at the top, logo, some copy, countdown, all that stuff. And so keeping it really simple. So once they put in their email and they join the waitlist, essentially, I wanted to create something that had like a built-in network effect, so that people would be incentivized to share the page with their friends, share what we're doing with somebody else, and that they can also participate in this giveaway. So once they click on join the waitlist, and they're going to be sent to the second page of the landing page funnel, pre-launch funnel, I guess. And so they're going to see a screen that looks like this. Again, don't worry too much about the copy, because all that's going to change. But yeah, so it's going to have a little bit of copy at the top, a little bit more information to launch. But really the biggest thing that I wanted to nail down here was this referral code in the middle. So essentially how it's going to work is that anytime somebody signs up for the landing page, anytime somebody joins the waitlist, they're going to be automatically given a referral or a UTM tracking code that they can send to somebody else. So whenever they sign up, they get basically a point. And so as more people click on that link and join the waitlist as a result, let me get this in the middle. And they join the waitlist as a result, this number right here is going to change. So it's going to go from 0 friends to 1 friend and so on. And based on how many friends you refer and actually sign up, you're going to get a tier of at least 5 gifts. And then the person who refers the most amount of people is going to get a free trip to Rolling Loud, VIP tickets for them and a +1. So that's essentially what this page is going to look like. Scroll through it real quick. Very simple. It's going to have our contact at the bottom and all of that. So yeah, but my main objective with this was, okay, how can we start building a buzz? How can we start getting some word out organically about what we're doing, about our story, about the brand, this and that. And I think this is the best way to do that, while also collecting emails in the process. And then, just start building out that community. And so The biggest gift that obviously is going to be that Rolling Loud gift. I'm still trying to figure out what the other gifts can be, because it'll have to be something that's enticing enough to make people want to share. But it's also got to be something that's economic enough for me to do on a wide scale, right? So if I have 100 people sharing, 30 friends to sign up for the email list, then that's something I have to figure out. But I think it's a good start, and I think that a lot of SaaS companies do this, the network effect thing, and doing something like this for a CPG brand like ours is going to really kick us off strong. So that's just the Figma design. It should be done by the end of this week, and so we can finally start putting back up the website. I designed a website for the page earlier this year, but whenever we switched over to doing cans, I knew I wanted to do something a bit different, and I think timing is just everything in this business, and I'm really, really excited about that. So we're going to see how this plays out. I like the design. I like how it came out. And now we're just going to move along with the process. So that's part of it. So can't lie, I'm excited to see this page. Really, really excited to see this page. I think it's going to be the biggest difference maker, honestly. So yeah.
When I win, I'm alone. When the wind blows, and I won't lie. Oh, I'm hoping I get advances. This increases chances. My life is like a prom, but there ain't no dances. I'm standing in this hall getting funny glances. I was raised as a youth, but was missing parents. I was raised by my granny, shit, I miss my granny. Hardly raised by my daddy, but I miss my daddy. Wasn't raised by my mother, but I miss my mother. I ain't get to know my mother, but I actually loved her. Strange. I made the studio my home. Every time I touch a microphone, I'm at home. Every time I hear a metrodome, I get in the zone. Every time I get into the zone, I'm usually all alone. Home, it's where the heart is, pop. It's where an artist usually goes, the heart is, pop. It's where an artist showing them that you are hip-hop. Long as you finish, doesn't matter where you started. Home.
So it is 2:00, and bro, I'm so happy right now. I'm so excited. I just got the official contract back. There was a couple of typos in the first one, but I got the contract back for I Love R&B Festival. I just signed it, so it is official. Bathwater will be sold at I Love R&B Festival. 25,000 people on Saturday, another 25,000 people on Sunday, 50,000 people in one weekend drinking Bathwater. And I just think about the steps to get here. I honestly don't even know how we ended up here, but I'm just so elated, like there's just so much that you sacrifice and you do, and for it to all culminate in official in one moment. That's how I'm feeling. And honestly, bro, it hasn't really hit me yet. I think whenever I see, I think I said this already, but whenever I see 50,000 people in one place and the only water they can drink is mine, that's a surreal feeling. I think in this social media age, we get just so jaded by impressions and clicks. You post something on Instagram, I can get 50,000 views, but getting in front of 50,000 real people, real thirsty people, that is huge. That's humongous. I think that the most people that fit in NRG Stadium back in Houston is 70,000. So it's we're about to max out the entire stadium full of people, and that's exciting. That's very, very exciting. And so I just got the contract back. I just read it over one last time. It looks good. It's definitely a risk, but we've been over that, and now it's just time to be excited for myself, for the company, and it is also time to go all in on execution. And so, yeah, man, if you're watching this, you need to be in LA on September 7th. If you rock with me, if you rock with the brand, you need to be in LA. And so on the lineup is going to be Omarion, Jagged Edge, Ja Rule, Monica, Mario, Bow Wow, Fabulous, Genuine, Pretty Ricky, Maya, my personal favorite, Jeremiah, Carrie Hilson, also a favorite, Lloyd, Ray J, Sammy, Bobby V, Pleasure P. I mean, you see the lineup, and this is that. Like, this is gonna be us. So I'm so excited, bro. Like, I feel like no Diddy, but I felt like Diddy, bro. Like, as soon as we got the verbal agreement, I was like, you know that one Diddy video? I'm gonna clip it in here. I got off the phone, or we were on a Zoom call, so it was kind of like this. We got off the Zoom call. I get anything up.
I love you, man. Bye. I got my MTV out. Savage! I'm a savage! Oh! I'm a savage! Whatever I want, I'm going to get! Whatever I want, I have to get!
I want to put the clip. Let me just put the clip because, man, but that's just how I'm feeling. Like, just so excited, bro. And me personally, I like to keep things under wraps. I don't like speaking about things before they are done and ready to go, unless it's somebody that is involved in the process. I don't like talking about it because I've seen it so many times where I jinx myself before. But now that it is official, the contract has been signed, the product is on its way, like, we're here. There's nothing else to be afraid about. There's nothing to be shy about. Like, this is the time to celebrate. And that's exactly what I plan on doing, because building a company from scratch, building a brand from scratch is so hard. It's difficult. And so every single win that you get, you have to appreciate it, because that could be your last one. And so for me, I plan on celebrating this. I'm very happy for myself. I'm very happy for what I'm doing. I'm very happy for the people on my team that believe in me, that have my back, and yeah, it's just so exciting, you know. And I feel like so we have 3 weeks until the event. Between now and then, it's just gonna be like, okay, let's make this the best possible thing ever. Let's make this the best activation ever. But that is like that comes with the territory almost, you know. And I feel like on the other side of that, it's just gonna be a whole new world that I honestly cannot envision. Like, everything that happens after this event, I have no idea, you know. And whoo, God is good. I'll tell you that. God is good, because whenever I think about getting here, whenever I think about finding the festival, number one, getting an email back, setting it up so that, or having it be in such a way that we have exactly what we need to get this done, and honestly not much more. Whenever I think about all the things that had to line up here, I have to recognize that God did this for me, and He's going to carry me through this, where even though I'm taking a huge risk, I don't feel scared. You know, I don't feel anxious. I don't feel nervous about what's on the other side. I'm just happy, and I'm just grateful, honestly. And I could not have done this without God. I really could not have. And I think that's the most important part, you know. Whenever you're doing something that feels different, like whenever you're building a company, whenever you're working on a project, whenever you're doing something that comes from your heart, that requires passion, whenever you're doing something big that's a little bit out of the normal, not something that is, you know, I guess traditional, I think it's very important to stop and pause and recognize that it's not just you in that process. I feel like as an entrepreneur, one of the biggest things about being successful as an entrepreneur is trusting in yourself, be confident in yourself, have a vision, go after it boldly, and connect the dots as you go. You know, and I see it over and over in my life, and this is just one more example. And oh man, I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait. There's just something about the dopamine rush I get from doing good business and building something. Like, so many people, they just talk about it like, oh, I want to be an entrepreneur, I want to do my own thing. Like, this is genuinely the only thing that makes me happy. This is genuinely the only thing that makes me happy. And I am so blessed to be walking in this space every single day of my life now, where I wake up and I know exactly what it is I'm supposed to be doing with my day. That's a gift. And I'm just overwhelmed with gratitude for that feeling and my position. And oh man, it's been a roller coaster, boy. And I don't imagine that it's going to be all springs and cherries from now until the end of time, but it could be. It could be. Man. It's a good day. It's a good day.
Where's even at from someone that's extremely fast and has the free being on me. And everybody so because we gotta wait till the back. This is what they also as well. Ain't nobody got paid yet.
He with his homeboy, but he knew cars.
Okay.
I mean, if he ain't getting somewhere between 13 and 1,500 yards, it's like
half a pound of steak. Got some berries today. I'm eating some blackberries, banana, and I do some watermelon. Normally I just chill out for like 20-30 minutes.
Paul Gray Road and young Sully back. We still have enough ships.
No, but your father's name was Ned Stark.
So for this festival, one of the things that I wanted to do beyond just like the marketing of the event itself, and then obviously all the content we'll shoot, and then, you know, the sales from the bar and this and that. One of the biggest things that I wanted to do was really use it as an opportunity to at least introduce myself to different artists, and pitch the idea of collaborating with artists and different creators that are going to be at the event. We've spoken to maybe 5-6 artists. But the real value was building those relationships with different management agencies. But I wanted to really use this event as an opportunity to get in front of different artists, speak to them, you know, start building a little bit of rapport. And the way that I'm going to do that is by creating some prototype cans that will potentially represent what a collaboration could possibly look like. And I've done this before, and what I'll do is I'll show you guys a little bit of the designs. Okay, so out of all the artists that are going to be performing this weekend, I think that the best people to work with as far as creating a flavor goes would be Omarion, number one, Monica, Mario, Maya, and then Carrie Hilson. The other ones could possibly work, but I think those are my 5 best bets. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sit down here for a bit and design some labels. My design approach is going to be for creating these collaboration cans is similar to like Wrap Snacks. So if like, let me pull up some Wrap Snacks real quick. But if you look at Wrap Snacks, they have all these different snack flavors with different artists, and basically they just work with the artists to create different chip flavors, right? And what we're doing with Bathwater, and one of the key elements of what we're doing as a brand is doing something similar with beverages, is something that has really never been done before, and we're going to be the first people to do this at a large scale, and really have it be the forefront of what we're doing as a brand. And so the design process that I'm having with this is 1, figuring out who the best artists would be to work with, and then 2, doing a little bit of deep dive and trying to figure out what they would like. And try to come up with a cool name, a cool branding, colors, things like that, and just design a label for them, just kind of using the prototype that we have here. So essentially how it's going to look, we're going to have our logo here, and then we're going to have the artist's name, probably where this copy is, And then where you see Stillwater, that's going to be the that's where we're going to have the flavor name. But in addition to what we're doing for the cans, we're going to make the box a collectible item of some sort. So if it's like an image of the artist on the cover, or if it's like, you know, links to their music, or, you know, some type of reference to what they've done as an artist, like something like that, where we can make the boxes themselves at whole, like a 12 pack of these, we can make it a fun experience for fans to collect with. And ideally, we'd work with artists that have a little bit more brand value, like today, currently, as opposed to R&B artists who had their time to shine, like the early 2000s, 2010s, things of that nature. But you have to start somewhere. And basically, from all of the artists that we've spoken to so far, the basic feedback was like, hey, look, basically you have to prove this out before we want to work with you, or it's just going to cost you $2-3 million to work with us. And obviously, I don't have $2-3 million to just give out as a brand deal. So we have to find somebody that really aligns with the vision and wants to come on board with us as a founder, partner type of structured deal. And so I've done this design for maybe like 10 or so creators and artists, honestly, probably more than that. So once I figure out who it is, who's the best person to work with, I do a deep dive into who they are as a person, come up with a good name, and then put it all together. Sometimes you don't get a little bit of the information that you're looking for. Like, for example, with Carrie Hilson, I couldn't find her favorite color or her favorite fruit or something like that. And for Monica, I couldn't find her favorite fruit, but I know her favorite color is blue, but not pink. And so all these things are going to help me kind of come up with a great design and kind of visualize what it would look like in my head. So I'm going to sit down here for the next, it honestly shouldn't take me more than an hour or two, and just come up with these prototype designs and then ship them over to get printed beginning tomorrow. So let's go ahead and do that. So I just finished what's been a very productive session. Next step is going to be sending this over to cue the production. And ideally, what happens next is that we get to the show, we see them, they like it, they want to set up a meeting. We just kind of take it on a case-by-case basis. For example, we're going to show Marianne or we're going to show Maya. And they're going to say, yeah, I like the idea, but I don't like the can right now. And that's honestly, like, even though it's not a perfect answer, that's a good answer, because as long as they like it, we can change it. We can make this whatever the fuck they want, honestly. And so I think for me, it's just big that we prove that this can work. And honestly, not even prove, because I know it works. We've gotten interest from artists before. It's just a matter of like alignment. And I think using these as a kind of a case study almost, and just going about how we're going to execute this the right way, I feel like we have a pretty solid vision in mind. So yeah, I mean, in terms of next order of steps, it's just going to be getting the physical prototypes ready in here. And then whenever I actually am able to see them, I think that it's going to say a lot. It's going to say a lot. And so my head hurts. I need to eat. I need to have dinner. I need to chill for a bit, man. But honestly, this is probably, if not my favorite, this is probably one of my favorite things to do with the brand, is just kind of the ideation process, you know, like, wow, what if we got Maya? What if we got Mario? What if we got Omarion? What if? So one thing I never have in my house is snacks. I always forget to eat. Like I work through all my food sessions, my eating sessions, whatever. Yeah, man, but it's all coming together. Super, super excited. Yeah, just keep on pushing, one day at a time, one minor task on a to-do list at a time. Yeah, and you put these things together where you build a masterpiece, you know, and that's what we're doing. So I'm gonna get something to eat before I eat all these pretzels and call it a dinner. So let's do that.